Oh, I'm gonna rip the packaging. Doo-doo, don't you hate when that happens? Doo-doo. Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got my, what is this? May monthly favorites for you today. So what I like to do in these videos is I quickly mention overall Friday favorites, like just kind of standouts from each of my weekly Friday favorites videos. So if you want to see swatches on those products, check out the original Friday favorites where I mention them. And then I've got other things to chat about. So this time I've got some makeup-y things, a hair care thing, a quick skincare like update slash mention, and then we do have some books to chat about. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore reviews, empties get ready with me. It's just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we are chatting about May monthly favorites. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's talk about overall Friday favorites. Let me kind of get this where I can get it all situated and get to the things so I don't forget something. Okay, here we go. I don't have much space in front of me, so that makes it a little bit more challenging. Okay, for eyes, I would say this palette, just because I have kept reaching for it over and over and over. This is the ColourPop Baby Got Peach palette. I love this color story. I love the beautiful bright peachy shades, just like quick swatches. They're gorgeous and really long wearing. So if you're looking for affordable shadows that really have good hold and longevity on the eyes, ColourPop I feel like are some of the very best. And the peachy one, this Baby Got Peach palette, I absolutely love. So I do have this on my eyes with something else, with some other things. But I love it, and I've reached for it over and over and over. Okay, for blush, Kosas Blush is Life in Hype. I got this in either a BoxyCharm or Icon box that they sent to me, so it was sent to me as PR. I love this. The formula is so blendable and beautiful on the skin, and this is a gorgeous, like bright, glowy, pinky raspberry shade. Perfect for spring and summer. It's just a happy, beautiful, bright blush that just looks so smooth and has this light-catching glow on the cheeks. It's amazing. This packaging is cute. It's a little bit bulky, but I mean, it's, you know, like a domed product, so I get it. I really like this a lot. I'm very tempted to get other shades, but I'm trying to resist, but I like that one enough that I'm really tempted. So if you have other favorites in these blushes, like I would say a light, cute pink. I love those kind of colors, like almost a baby pink or a bubblegum pink or something. I love raspberries, and then I would say like a sweet pink or a neutral pink. Those are probably my most worn blush shades. Okay, tangent. I have to mention this as an overall favorite. I love this so much. Wet n Wild sent this to me. They sent me their SpongeBob SquarePants collection. It's precious. This is the Underwater Wonder Blush in Rockstar. Here's the outside packaging on it. It's so happy. I might have to swatch this just because it's too good. This is the most beautiful, bright, glowy pink blush. I mean, look at this. It has quite a bit of glow to it, but I love it. It's bright. I would say it has a little bit of warmth to it. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not super purpley. Like I would say it's kind of a neutral, but maybe just a little hint of warmth to it, less purpley. But it's still that kind of light, bright bubblegum sort of color. It's so cute. I am obsessed with that. Great formula, blendable, just glowy, fun, and the packaging is precious. Okay, for overall lip favorites, I would say these two. I'm not wearing one right now, but I was really liking kind of a raspberry or corally pinky red, or like not a super intense opaque red, something in that sort of family. So these were two standout favorites. This is the Para Ink Mood Glowy Tint, and this is in Hot Strawberry. Uh-oh, I can't get it open. Oh, I'm gonna rip the packaging. Doo-doo, don't you hate when that happens? Doo-doo. Here's this. This ends up being, This is very, I'm not supposed to swatch these. Check out the original Friday favorites where I mentioned them. But this one has versatility that you can apply it lightly, and then it's more on the pinky strawberry side. But if I build this up, this is a fairly rich, kind of a reddish, like pinky red on me. So I like that I have the versatility with this. I think the packaging is super cute too. Like, this is fun. It says Soda Cafe, so I don't know if that was like the collection of this particular color. I'm not really sure, but I like that a lot. Then, of course, one of the Revlon glossy, super lustrous glossy balm stains, something like that. I love these. I love the formula. This is in Cherry Luster. If you're looking to try a red, I would say this is a great one to try. And then also, whatever the cherry one or reddish one is from Maybelline, their lip oil balms or something balms, whatever they're called, something balms, lip balms, I don't know, but they have reddish color too. And these are more of that like sheer glossy, not super opaque. This one's more on the warm side. So, I mean, it's very pretty by itself, but also really pretty layered with a pink or something. So I would say I was reaching for those kind of products a lot. Is that my overall Friday favorites? Did I get them all? Yes, I think so. Okay, so I think, yeah, those are overall Friday favorites. So let's talk about some makeup-y things that I have not mentioned in overall Friday favorites. I just got this recently and I am loving this. Got it off of Amazon. This is the Jason Wu Tinted Moisturizer meets CC Cream. This is great. Like, if you are looking for, I mean, it's exactly as it's described. It's a tinted moisturizer plus like a CC cream. It's kind of right in between because I love CC creams. Tinted moisturizers, I mean, I would occasionally wear them maybe, but I prefer just a little bit more coverage than a tinted moisturizer. This gives that. Like, it is just a little bit more coverage than a tinted moisturizer, but maybe not quite as much as a CC cream. So it says, what does it say on the side here? Clean beauty products. It says a beautiful couple destined to be together, tinted moisturizer and CC cream infused with vitamin B3 to reduce redness, vitamin E to hydrate and soothe your skin, and goji berry extract to even skin tone and promote younger looking skin. So I will get this on just a foundation brush and apply mainly, like, I start kind of the product right in here and then blend out. So I probably have very little product around here on my face. And then I have probably the most product here because I have broken capillaries and more texture on my skin here. So that's usually where I want the most coverage. So I have most, like, the most amount of product there and then a little bit on my forehead. And then of course I've layered it with, you know, a little bit more concealer in here, and then my powder, you know, so there's things on top of it. But I just really like the texture and coverage on this, especially for this time of year, you know, where maybe it's just a lighter makeup day and you don't want to go full on. This is just so pretty for that kind of makeup. But I mean, you can kind of layer it a little bit to get a little bit more coverage. I would describe this coverage as sheer to light medium. Like, I wouldn't even say it gets quite to medium coverage unless you layer it with concealers or something like that. It has this beautiful skin-like look, just a little bit of like a glow, just gives you this healthy skin look and just more kind of like evens out your skin tone. I like how this wears. Like, I feel like it's got almost like a balancing sort of property to it, that my skin doesn't get overly oily with it, but it doesn't get dry with it. My skin is overall kind of combo to combo oily. So yeah, if you're looking for kind of right in between a tinted moisturizer and a CC cream, I'm loving this. And I have it in shade 01, and I think this works really well for me. It's, if anything, maybe a tiny bit yellow for me, but I think it still works really well. I'm usually kind of more neutral, leaning a little bit cool-ish. And gotta mention these two products. I've been using these very consistently and really, really liking them. The L'Oreal Infallible Blur-fection Loose Setting Powder, and I wear it in 10 Pink Light. So there have been quite a few pink setting powders coming out recently, and I do like a lot of them, but I really like the formula of this, but also the shade of it being a light pink, because several of them that I've tried, I really like the formula, but they're just they're not like too dark for me, but they don't have any real lightening, brightening property on me and my skin tone. Whereas this one is just light enough that it gives a little bit of a brightening, lightening, but it's not white. It's not, you know, too bright. So I really, really like the texture of this and the color. Here's what it looks like. It's a beautiful, just like smooth, flattering powder. Like I put it right there and it just looks so nice and smooth on the skin. Yeah, just really nice formula, texture, smooth look on the skin. And then I love the color. So this is definitely a standout favorite. And then the Milani Make It Last Original Natural Finish Setting Spray. I have been a lot more consistent with this. You know, it's getting into the warmer months for sure. So this is, I'm not a consistent setting spray user. Like I don't use that super consistently in my makeup routine, but I have been recently, and this is the one that I'm reaching for. I really like this because it's right in between. It's not overly glowy and it's not drying to my skin. It's just right in the middle. It just has that like lock it in property to it. I like the sprayer on it. Like it doesn't have like a spitty spray. Hopefully you can see that. It's like a very fine mist. So what I will do is I'll get my makeup all done, all of it, and then I'll cover my eyes and spray the top part of my face, and then cover and then spray the bottom part of my face. I don't know why I don't really do it on my eyes. I just mainly do it on my skin. And I just feel like it helps lock everything in, but then also just be right there in between where it doesn't add a dewy look and it doesn't add a matte look. It just locks in what you got. So I really like that. It has that, you know, like it says natural finish. Yeah, it gives you that like skin-like look right in between that I really like, but also great longevity. Okay, hair care product that I wanted to mention. So I've been using this kind of off and on for the last 2 months or so, I would say, and I'm really liking this. I have to use it kind of in certain ways for my fine hair, but I wanted to mention it because I think it's a really good product, and I think especially if you have more kind of like normal texture hair or slightly more like coarse hair, just less fine than my hair, you could probably use it a little bit, you know, less light-handed and maybe every day, I'm not sure. This is the OGX Bond Protein Repair 450-degree Heat Protect Spray. Repair and protect. It says targeted repair and protection from heat damage for smooth, strong hair without the weight. I think that depends kind of on your hair type. But it says, infused with OGX Bond Complex, this 450-degree Heat Protect Spray delivers lightweight leave-in conditioning for softer, stronger, ready-to-style hair versus non-conditioning shampoo. So you shake it up, you hold it 6 to 8 inches away from your hair, and it says that you can use it when your hair is damp before blow drying, and then after you've blow dried before you use like a flat iron or a curling iron. For me and my fine hair, I don't think this would work for me to use after I've blow dried my hair. I think that would be too conditioning. It's just too like silky and conditioning for my hair to use in that way. But before I blow dry, I really like it. And I just use it light-handed. I think that's really the key to it because it's quite silky and hydrating, but it has a really good sprayer on it. It's one of those like ones that just does a consistent spray versus like one squeeze gives the one spray. So I like the sprayer on it. It has a really nice like light florally scent to it, and it's a certain floral, and I can't think of what the scent is, but it smells really good. And I can smell it on my hair later. It's not super strong, but it's still there enough, you know, that I can still kind of smell it. So I like the scent on it. So yeah, if you're looking for, for my hair type, I enjoy Bond Repair and Protein products. I think it totally depends on your hair type. I think you have to kind of learn what your hair is like, what your hair likes. My hair, I can use kind of Bond Repair Protein products pretty often, and my hair seems to really like it. So I like these kind of products. This one in particular, I just have to be a little bit more light-handed with it because it does seem to be quite hydrating. But I wanted to mention it because I think it's a good product. Okay, a skincare favorite I wanted to mention, I'm still taping my face. And I am really liking taping my face. I told you that I was gonna kind of keep you updated on this. I'm still doing it. I would say maybe, how often do I do it? Maybe like, I don't know, 2 to 4 times a week. Definitely not every night, but you know, fairly consistently. So I have been using the heart-shaped ones. These are the Tape Talks tape. So I have the heart ones, but what I have found, I think this is the way I like them the most, is to cut them in half, and I use kind of like, I'll put it on my, like in between my eyes, like that, like a little teardrop, and I'll kind of bring it up and like hold it. So I use one of these in between my eyes, and then I will use some of these, like the regular smaller ones, different places on my face. So I'll use one right here and kind of like lift up the tape a little bit and tape it and hold. And then I'll use one over here and tape it and hold, because I get like these little indentions right here, you know, from doing this. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, am I scowling a lot? I think it's because I'm trying to like squint and see. I think it's squinting because I'm very farsighted. So trying to like smooth those out. I have a little bit of a fine line here. I'm trying to smooth that out. And then I will take one of these like this and kind of pull up a little bit and tape it right here. I have used it this direction, but I think I'm liking it more this way. And one here like that. Tim says I look like I've got cat whiskers when I wear all my tape on my face. I mean, like I said, I'm a real beaut when I go to bed at night. I've got my face taped up, looking all greasy with all my skincare on. I've got my hair bonnet on. It's just quite funny. But I'm still doing the face taping and really, really liking them. So I will put on my skincare, let it set for, I mean, not that long, like just a few minutes. And then it seems to tape over the top and stay. So yeah, never had Botox, so I'm mainly just trying to use good skincare and tape up my face. Okay, we've got some books to talk about. I will say, I don't know if I was in a reading slump this month or just like not finding books that I was super loving. So I didn't feel super motivated to read this month. So I do have some books to mention, but none of them are like standout super favorites, which is kind of sad because one I thought was going to be like a super favorite. So I did read the follow-up to, oh, I can't remember what it was called. The Hidden Prince, I think, from Tessa Afshar. So these are biblical fiction. So there are biblical characters in her book, but then there are lots of not historical made-up characters in her books and different storylines that are not in the Bible. So that's kind of how she, you know, writes most of her books, at least as I understand it. So this one is a follow-up to The Hidden Prince. I would say I gave this like a 3-star. I was kind of bored. I don't know why. It just didn't like this. I like her writing style, but something about this storyline, I just wasn't super gripped by it. I think because the first book, the main character was supposed to be one of Daniel's scribes, and I think that's what kind of hooked me in the first book, was Daniel being a more prominent character, at least in the beginning of that book, whereas this one didn't really kind of have that hook for me. So I read it, but I was just kind of like, about it. I did finish the Shatter Me series, so I read the last book, which is Imagine Me. Hopefully I grabbed the right book. I think this is the last book, the 6th book. Really, really liked this. I would say books, I think 2 and 3 are my favorite from the series, because there's different POVs, and they kind of like, you know, certain characters have a stronger POV in some books than others. So I think 2 and 3, because of that, were my favorite books, and I also just loved what the storyline was doing in those books. This one I still really enjoyed, but it kind of had like more going on, and it was sort of like that epic dystopian storyline wrap up kind of a situation where you're kind of having to like bring everything together, maybe a little bit more political, you know, those kinds of things. More of that was happening in this book. I was trying to think of like, there is cussing in these, and that's what I don't like. That's the number one thing that keeps me from super recommending this series, is there's some cuss words in it that I hate seen as cuss words. So that is like the top thing that I do not like about this series. But everything else I really, really like. Like, I like her writing style. It's very engaging, very easy to read. There's good friendship. There's amazing romance. I love the romance in this book, or in the series. There's good action and adventure. So yeah, as far as spice, there's really like, I would say yes, it's in there. And I would say that it's open door, but it is not overly descriptive. And it's more kind of emotional. So the spice didn't bother me. I will say though, I don't even think there was a spicy scene in this book. I don't think so. This one though, this is the last novella. This has a spicy scene and it is quite graphic. So it seems different than the other scenes in the rest of the series. So just so you know, this one does have more of an intense graphic. It's not the focus of the book, but it's in there for sure. So just know that about that one if that's something you want to know about. And then I did read Fearless, which is, I think there might be more novellas coming. I'm not really sure, but the last full novel in the Powerless trilogy. I did still like this book because I love her writing style. I love the characters. I love the romance in this book. But there's like, and I've heard other people say this too, no spoilers, but there is something that happens with one of the characters that I was like, oh, I don't like that. And then there's like a main kind of piece to this storyline that I just didn't super love. And I can't say what that is without giving spoilers, so I won't say. So there's just certain little things about this that I was just kind of like, eh. But the main two characters that the romance is about, I love their interactions. So every time they were together and interacting in this book, I loved it, just like I did with the first two. So I would say I'd give this maybe like a 4-star or something. The other two were definitely 5 stars for me. So that's why I was kind of like, oh man, I was hoping for like a super amazing wrap up. And I didn't really feel that with this one. I still enjoyed it. I still highly recommend the series. I mean, if your reading preferences are like mine, I think you would really like this series. Like if you just love, you know, like the first book, I feel like some people were saying, oh my goodness, it's like 500 pages of the same thing. That's why I loved it. Like if you love that flirty banter in their interactions and maybe like one line, you know, flirty one-liners, I loved it. And I just ate that up for 500 pages. So if you are like me and you like those kind of books, I think you'd really like this series. And very little cussing. It's YA, so very mild cussing in it. I think there's maybe a couple F words in this one, but it's definitely not the focus. It's not, to me, it wasn't jarring. It's not throughout the storyline. And no spice. There is, I think, one scene in here, but it's very closed door, not descriptive at all. So yeah, I really like her writing. I really like her books. It's not a 5-star, but I did still enjoy it. Okay, so those are all my favorites for the month. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you were loving, either makeup, skincare, hair care, books, random, whatever. I'd love to hear your favorites. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video.